That is the Pixie tribe and the last quest in that zone done. Arcanist, Blue Mage, Dancer, Sage. Where are you? You're usually up like by the aft castle, I think. Generally when there's a event, it's up here. Yep, there it is. Fire Beast, Red Green, Blacksmith, Culinarian, Marauder. And now for the Moonfire Fair. Do my eyes deceive me, or do I spy a familiar face who looks like she could do with some proper summer recreation? That's right, Sun's rays are out in full force, and so is our beloved Moonfire Fair. These days, the event doubles as free promotion for the Adventurers Guild, you know? Brave and the bold show off their heroics, and afterwards the fair guests flock to the guild in droves to hire them. The real star of the show is the acclaimed Eorzean Nimble Warrior course, bringing in hundreds upon hundreds of new challengers. At any rate, we could really use some more help out there, so if perchance I've piqued your interest, I suggest you ship out to Costa del Sol and speak to our chief chaperone, Ayamalga. Okay. Teleport. Costa del Sol. Ah, that doesn't need a ticket. To the island! Where I will not be attempting jumping puzzle because I am bad at them. That's the jumping puzzle. No, unless they made it easier. There's our vendor who we can't access yet. Archon. Oh, there's a sight for sore eyes. Did Moyaru send you out here to lend a hand? This year the event is shaping up to be a thrill for visitors and staff alike. Allow me to give you a brief outline of what we have planned. In case the screaming and splashing hadn't given it away, we've brought back the Eorzean Nimble Warrior course with all of its explosive challenges intact. And if the summer sun gets to be too much, grant yourself a refreshing reprieve by enjoying an icy treat or playing with the polar bears. Even better, this year we've added a little Far Eastern flair with these hand fans called Uchiwa. They drive away evil spirits, or so I'm told. To ensure their authenticity, we hired an expert in the art of the festival, a little Namazu fellow, to craft us 100 crates of them. What color would be more fitting for Moonfire than bright, blazing red? Seeing as the origins of the event can be traced back to the bombard hunts of years past, I say Uchiwa are a perfect fit for the spirit of the occasion. Judging from the sizable crowds, far from the only one. Downside, of course, is that we presently find ourselves quite ill-equipped to manage a turnout of this magnitude. Personally, I'd like to bolster our security cadre if I can. As it stands, none of us would be able to leave our posts in the event of a serious emergency. So, given the fortuitous timing of your arrival, could I ask you to... A monster! Ah! Did she say monster? Damn it, all the people are starting to panic. Please, Archon, you gotta help us. We'll stay here and try to keep the crowd calm. You head north and find that woman. You good? Monster was just here. I swear it. It was leering at me from behind that rock, making these off-kilter little motions, then it ran off to the east. But for certain, it would come over here and... I feel faint. I need to go lie down. stand a chance against that thing. Should have seen it. I was minding my own business out here practicing my steps when suddenly that thing showed up out of nowhere to challenge me to a dance-off. Then after it utterly trounced me, it raced off again. I thought I could tell you where, even which direction. Well, come to think of it, I believe I saw something fall from its body. Well, it doesn't matter much to me anymore. I can hear summer's call, and it must be headed to the ocean with me. If you ever fall off that thing, you'll find it lying over there, if you think it will help your search. Do. Uh-huh, there she is. Nice mask, can I have it? Glad as ever to see you again, Archon. Your manga told us you might be in need of urgent assistance, so here we are. Heard reports of a green monster running amok. Have you learned all in the way of a clue? Up something, did it? Used to be a needle by my reckoning. Cactuar. And explosions. Cactuars in Lenosha of all places? Sure, they would struggle to survive so far removed from their native habitat of Thanalan. I'm so sorry about this. Madam Amasia, if I'm not mistaken, was it not Master Gegaruj himself who invited you out to Costa del Sol? Yes, I traveled all the way from Ul'dah at the summons of my friend Gegaruju. Naturally, I couldn't bear the thought of my dear pets missing out on the fun and festivities, so I brought them along with me. For a moment did I think if they would ever act out like this. You have my deepest apologies. Perfect angels when we stopped in to see Gegaruju. He even gave them treats. But the moment I stepped away for a drink, they went mad. Poor Gegaruju couldn't rein them in. By the time I got back, they were gone. I swear to you, this has never happened before. Well, that would certainly explain how Cactuar ended up in Lenosha. Regardless, if your pets pose a danger to the fairgoers, we may have to subdue them by force. No, please, I've raised them since they were pups. They'd never hurt a fly. I don't fancy the prospect myself, but what other option is there? Given the Moonfire Fair, I would have no venue were it not for Master Gegaruju. I'd obviously prefer if we didn't upset a dear friend of his. This termination should be a last resort. Let us first attempt to capture them. A sensible plan. Should things turn violent, it would only frighten the attendees. This calls for a more subtle approach. Just the three of us, perhaps? Indeed. See the situation sorted swiftly that we might return to the fair. If we work quickly, we may manage to find it before it escapes the bounds of Costa del Sol. Thus, I propose we split up. Archon, will you search the west side of the island? Cactuar will be on the west side of the island, understood. Say right there. It appears to be enraged and also dancing a lot. Did you find something? There she did, but how are we going to capture it? Seen it, Cactuar looks so dangerous. Is it just me, or is it radiating an aura of pure malice? Never seen the poor thing like this either. Come to think of it, Gegaruju told me it seemed to him as though they were possessed. In that case, perhaps the aura is an evil spirit. If only we could purify it somehow. Uchiwa! Uchiwa! Of course. In the Far East, they use Uchiwa to ward off ill spirits, right? Maybe our festival fans would work. In that case, allow me to do the honors. Evil spirit, be gone! Uchiwa Shoi! Well, that was easy. Shall we head back for drinks? I think why it was possessed should be on the list of things to figure out. I'm terribly sorry to interject, but I think there's been a misunderstanding. That's only one of my dairy cactuars. I'm still missing the other 6. I do appreciate you finding Cacti, of course. But I'm worried about Cactillo and Cactina and Cactistifer and... So when you said pets, you brought 7 cactuars to Lenosha? It is concerning then that we scoured every inch of the island and only found 1. Appears we'll have to take our search to the mainland. Very well. Let us take up our Uchiwa and find these cactuars, that we might ease them of their torment. Oh my god, she has bombard earrings. I want bombard earrings. Learned the emote Uchiwa Shoi. Shoi? Shoi? Take it ready to begin? In that case, let us review our objective. First, we will seek out these cactuars. As soon as one is located, placate it with a gust from your Uchiwa, then bring it back here. You, my friend, are in charge of searching the southwestern cliffside. So, 3 people, 2 apiece. Got it. Oh, there's one somewhere. What cliffside? There you are. Not really the cliffside, but so be it. Cactuar appears to have snapped out of it, whatever it may have been. Eager for your company, it walks right up to you, allowing you to grab it. And now the one that's actually on the cliffside. Or, it's not, is it? Either of these is the cliff. Target. Wave fan. Same thing as before. Found mine. How'd you guys do? Come back. I don't suppose you found any cactuars. And that brings us to 7. Excellent, we're done. And now that that's over with, I think I'll grab myself a drink and find a nice vantage point. Preferably somewhere in the shade. Oh, take me with you. I've been dying for a drink. At last, the crisis is well and truly averted. Now I can return my focus to what matters most. Ensuring a spectacular time is had by all. Seeing as Megan still needs a status report, could I ask you to see to that? Of course, that's my job. Welcome back, Archon. It seems you had the Cactuar crisis well in hand. You've done your part to keep the peace, and for that, I thank you. Now, what's this I hear about a malicious aura? FFXIV Uchiwa side. I'd rather like to get to the bottom of this, lest we suffer the same problem next year. Just wanted to report that the pet Cactuars are resting safely away from the main festivities. I asked another chaperone to keep an eye on them. I cannot apologize enough for the trouble I caused. Yes, well, I'm glad to have this matter settled quietly. My lovely ladies were quite frightened. That being said, speaking as one who has seen his share of dancers, your pets have star potential, my dear Momeja. Really? Perhaps I should have them formally trained. You're not seriously going to encourage that behavior, are you? Lest you forget, it was pure coincidence that we found a peaceful solution through the use of the Uchiwa. Something like that to happen again, that luck may not hold. Surely you don't mean... I've learned my lesson, I swear it. As soon as we're home, I'll ensure they're trained to stay at my side at all times. That's all I ask. Incidentally, did you notice anything that might have served as the catalyst to their cavorting? This being of pure evil right here. Right here. Him. No, I'm afraid not. I was away at the time, you see. Thought it quite strange myself. Oh no, they were downing their wine like sailors, and then next it was as though they were possessed by some manner of wicked spirit. They were drinking wine, my lord. What a fine vintage it was. I was delighted to be in like-minded company. That was a great conversation we could have had if they could only speak. Major, I can't believe I'm asking this, but is wine safe for Cactuars? Should I know? I've only ever given them the finest spring water from the mountains of Carathis myself. So they were just drunk? Oh, hi, Alpha. Ha! Barely had a cup full each. Besides, it's not like I poured the stuff down their throats, did I? You did, didn't you? Alright, look, perhaps sharing a bottle wasn't the best of ideas, but how was I to know they couldn't hold their drink? Personally, I'm just glad the mystery's been put to rest. Seeing as Momeja's learned her lesson, I dare say we won't be seeing a repeat of this incident. Well, just in case someone else gives wine to some other Cactuars, I'll be sure to let the chap in our own team know to reach for an Uchiwa rather than a weapon. That would be much appreciated, Pobanyo. Pobanyo? Yano. Yano. Pobiano. Now, let us return to the festival. The Adventurers Guild won't promote itself, you know. As for you, Archon, on behalf of the entire Chaperone team, I thank you. Enjoy the remainder of the event, and don't be a stranger, alright? Summer's biggest fan. Access to the vendor. That's what really matters. Also got pinwheels. And a bunch of fireworks. Okay. Oh, I have to go over. I'm gonna get kicked off a mount like there. Really? I walked right off. Brilliant. Ta-da! Okay, so I'm here. Now we play the don't get exploded it game. That was a little bit chancy, but we did it. It's time for a slide. Made it over here. Oh, that's kind of cool. Okay, so how are you supposed to even supposed to land on that? Ah. God damn it. Last jump and screwed it up. Real hard puzzles. Ah, okay. I see the real difficult one now. Nope. Nope. It's the real hard one. Lord, is that. That's Moonfire Fair. We'll do, I might do that some more in spare time, but that's enough of that. For now, let's head back to the Crystarium and continue the MSQ.